All right, we're back in chapter 3, section 9, and we're talking about linear functions again. Usually that looks like y equals mx plus b. In this chapter, because we're focusing on functions so much, they're going to use function notation. So f of x is equal to mx plus b. Usually when we were writing y equals mx plus b, they were like, here's a point, and here's a point. Find your slope, and then find your y-intercept. However, now it's going to say f of 2 is equal to 5 and f of 7 is equal to 8, and you're going to have to use these two representations to figure out what slope is and what b is. But hopefully you see that this was x, this was y. Hey, guess what? This was x, this was y, this was x, this was y, this was x, this was y. It's the exact same concept. So I'm only going to do one example, and you're going to have one try on your own. Here we go. Find the equation of a linear function f using the given information. Now remember, I said that this was x, and this was y, and this was x, and this was y. So our points, if you want to start writing this as points, because I know function notation can look crazy, that just means our points are 1, 2, and 7, -6. From these 2 points, we can go ahead and figure out what slope is. So y2 minus y1 all over x2 minus x1. So we get -8 over 6, which is -4 over 3. There's our slope, not too bad. We need to now figure out what our b is. So we use y is equal to mx plus b. I'm going to use this point because it just looks a little bit nicer. So instead of writing y, I'm going to write 2. Instead of writing m, I have -4/3. Instead of writing x, we have 1. And we're going to use this to figure out what our b is. I'm going to continue this over here just so I have more room. So 2 is equal to -4 over 3. I just multiplied the 1 plus b. And now I'm going to add 4/3 to both sides. That gives me 3 and 1/3 is equal to b. So now I'm going to go ahead and write the equation. I need to kind of erase some stuff. I have no room. Alright, I erased some stuff to make room. So usually we would write y is equal to mx plus b, but because this is function, because this is function notation, instead of using y, I want to say f of x is equal to. So that's still y is equal to m x plus, and I'm going to rewrite this so that we have 10 over 3. So that would be the answer to this question. Find the equation of the linear function. Well, there's our linear function, f of x instead of y. There's our slope, and there's our y-intercept. So I want you to take this equation right here, and I want you to find f of 10. I want you to figure out what f of 10 is. See if you remember how to do that. Good luck.